Hey guys, my name is James, and today I'm going to be starting Metroid Prime Remastered, and I'm going to be playing it on Nintendo Switch 2. The plan here is to do a full 100% item collection, and we're going to be kicking things off today with the introduction, and then we're going to be spending a chunk of time in Chozo Ruins. So, yeah. If you're looking for anything in particular, I will have information down in the timestamps. Yeah. So we're going to be starting the game from the very beginning. And I'm going to be fighting, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 bosses. And getting the first 4 items. One of the bosses that I'm going to be fighting is the introduction boss. So we should be able to get through that pretty quickly, though. But yeah. And I'm going to do my best to keep everything as streamlined as possible. And, yeah, I guess let's go. Let's get going. I also just recently got a new computer monitor. So instead of playing on my laptop from the video feed that it's recording, I'm actually using a pass-through to play on an external monitor. So no more minor delays. I am coming fresh off of Metroid Prime 4 that I just finished a couple days ago. So controls might be a little bit iffy for me. And I'm not going to be going for the 100% logbook. So this isn't going to be a guide for that. I'm going to be scanning stuff as I go, though. And hopefully, if we just happen to get 100% of the logbook, that'd be pretty cool. Anyway, I remember this introduction section being pretty slow. I don't think any of these... that's a Parasite. And that's a Pirate. Oh, I don't even know if it didn't say that it was adding the creatures entry. So I don't even know if that counted. And we don't really need to go down there and follow the map station, but it's a nice introduction here. You have downloaded the map for this area. And let's see, looking over at my guide over there. I say my guide. It's a spreadsheet that I built that tells me what order to go in for this stuff. The first thing I'm going to be doing is fighting the intro boss, the Parasite Queen. And then after that, we're going to be fighting another boss almost right away. So I do think this is a really strong introduction. Alright, and there isn't anything to like discover or explore or anything like that. Let's see. Sometimes when these little turrets are here, you can scan something to make the turrets turn off. Man, I love this game so much. Oh, and I guess I should have probably said this at the beginning of the video, but the goal here, I'm going to try to do Metroid Prime 1, 2, 3, and 4 back to back. And I'd like to finish all 4 of them in 2025, or in 2026. Sorry. It's still 2025 when I'm recording this, but I think this first video should go live that first week of 2026. Fun fact that I learned earlier: if the pirate is there and you jump into that bomb slot on the ground, they won't hit you during that whole cutscene or anything. They'll just kind of like jump in circles around you, because I think there's something in like the code for the game that prevents them against damaging you when you're not able to damage them back. Let's see, save station right there. We don't need to go through there. I'm not gonna die on the intro boss. I'm a professional. I say that now, I'm probably gonna die. Alright, and if you are following along and want to go for 100% logbook, you're going to want to make sure to scan this boss right here, the Parasite Queen. And really, if you're going for 100% logbook, I would probably recommend, when you're walking around and exploring, just keeping your logbook open and keep an eye out for any animals or any creatures or red logs. And honestly, this boss is such a joke. There we go. It's dead. Took a whole 30 seconds to kill it.
Evacuate immediately. Evacuate immediately. Evacuate.
All right.
Immediately.
Now the evacuation. And I remember this part being kind of annoying. And scan this to make the elevator turn on. And then if you keep an eye on the mini-map, you can kind of know like which way you're supposed to be facing and stuff. And you're going to want to scan this to turn off the turret that would be right here. And that was weird. And when I was a kid, I liked to roll down this section in the Morph wall. I don't know why, but it was really fun to me. And those, like, beetles or parasites or whatever, They really don't do much damage to you, so you can, for the most part, kind of ignore them. I would say that if you lose more than like 10 or 20 health, you might want to shoot a few of them to be able to get some health back. But you shouldn't. You don't really need to worry about those. And I should have probably said this at the top of the video. I'm planning, I think I'm going to try for each of these to be like an hour or less, maybe. Depending on how much, I'm going to try to keep them as uncut as possible. So... Ridley. Meta Ridley. I don't remember when in the Metroid storyline
This is supposed to take place.
Oh, the explosion that will disable most of your stuff. And then after that, we are basically out of the introduction. And I should mention, maybe, I am using the tank controls, the classic, so your control stick can move you forward, left, and right. And then your right stick is used to switch between guns. Something about this game in particular, that's how it always was. That's how I always played it on GameCube. So that's still how I prefer to play it now. I'm gonna grab some water during this cutscene. Alright, so that was the Parasite Queen introduction boss. And as I already said at the top of the video, the bulk of what we're doing today is going to be in Chozo Ruins. Actually, yeah, pretty much everything that we're going to be doing today is in Chozo Ruins. When we first land, we're going to be in the Tallon Overworld. But that doesn't really matter. We're going to be spending... Let's see... all of this video and most of next video in Chozo. We're gonna go ahead and save. I don't typically like to save, especially when I'm recording, in case there's anything wrong and I want to like reset. There's a bunch of doors connected to this room. You can get to some of them right now, but the only one we're really going to be interested in is this one right here. And there's going to be some guys right here you can scan. And you can kill them. You don't really need to, though. If you don't really want to kill them, you can just walk around them. And as you're walking, I would recommend just scanning everything you can. And probably in this video, we're going to hit 25% logbook. I know that sounds kind of like a lot, but like, trust me, guy. And then once again, you can just kind of ignore these guys and walk past them. Scanned him, scanned him. And this transport should take us to Chozo Ruins West. And we're going to go up the elevator. Alright. So the first thing that we're going to be doing in Chozo Ruins is going and fighting the first boss, the Hive Mecha. It's actually going to tell us where the boss is right now. So. Yeah. So. I didn't realize that it'll tell you where to go so quickly in this game. That might be something that's new in Metroid Prime Remastered, but I'm not really sure. Alright. The main plaza. We saw a missile expansion over there in the corner already. I think there's going to be... We're going to be able to see 2 or 3 missile expansions right now. So there's a missile expansion up there that we can't get to yet. And then there's a missile expansion up there that we can't get to yet. And then there's an energy tank up there that we can't get to yet. And we'll get all 3 of those, actually. We'll get at least 2 of those before the end of the next video. These guys will... So earlier I said that the Parasites don't really do a lot of damage. Those guys will do damage to you. So you're not going to want to really mess with them. These guys... You can shoot these guys to make their eyeballs turn off temporarily. I don't really think it's worth it. I think that you're better off just walking through them. And then you'll want to scan probably the war wasps that come out of here. These same war wasps will be pretty much everywhere, though. And you'll hear them. Alright, once you've scanned that, you can go through here. That door over there. Let's see. This door here goes to a save station. You can scan the save station and it'll be a research entry. But I'm not going to save right now. As I mentioned earlier, I don't like saving when I'm recording in case anything goes wrong and I want to back up and I don't want to have to like cut footage together. I prefer most of my recordings, I prefer to get all of them in one take. I guess for gameplay and stuff. Not so much if I'm doing like a normal video. There's no way I can get those in one take. Alright, more creature down there. And then you can scan these guys too. And if you're playing in Metroid Prime Remastered, you're fine to go ahead and kill these guys. If you were playing on GameCube though, if you kill those guys, you wouldn't be able to see in this room like at all. And then if they do drop anything, any health or anything, scanning the health will be a research too. Alright, so this room is called the Hive Totem. And we can see our first item right there. And so there's going to be 2 missable scans during this battle. At least 2 one for sure that's missable, and then one that I think is missable. So first one is going to be this Hive Mecha. Next one is going to be a Ram War Wasp. And on these, you see on the radar, You can see them kind of like flying around you. Your best bet, I think, is to wait for them to stop and then turn to wherever they're stopped. And you're going to want to kind of keep in your mind, you're going to want to kind of know which direction this thing is. The thing that you're going to want to be doing most of your damage to. I think it's almost dead. I think we got one more. And if you shoot really fast, I wouldn't lock on when they're flying out of the thing, out of the head. Because it has some like a little bit of like aim assist that will help you in that case. All right, and that was it. That was the Hive Mecha, which is the first like actual boss that's not part of the introduction. Still, I wouldn't really consider that a major boss. We're gonna fight a, let's see, we're gonna fight a major boss at the beginning of our next video. All right, so we got the missile launcher and an energy tank here. And now the next thing we're going to do is turn around and go back. If you go this way, it will lead you to something. I don't remember what. Let's see. Let's look at the map. Yeah, I'm not sure. But now that we have our missiles, there's some stuff that's opened up to us a little bit. All right. This room here is called the Ruined Gallery. And we're going to open up this door, and I think, yep, this is the map station. And then also in the Ruined Gallery, there should be a missile expansion that we can get. All right, first missile expansion. Now, there's nothing else that we can do until we have the Morph ball. So we're going to go and get that now. Oh, I got turned around for a second there. Oh, that's good. That's a lot of damage right there. Alright, well. And these guys are going to pop up again. I'm going to kill some of these guys to try to get some health back. It didn't work. Alright, and now with our new missile launcher, we can come through this door over here. And then this should lead us to the Ruined Shrine. Jesus Christ, I'm really taking a bunch of damage. Alright, well, I only have 70 health. I'm going to try to fight this boss. I don't think it'll be difficult. It's just the Plated Beetle, who's, I think the ram attack. Okay, so those guys, killing those guys was able to get me back up to like 100 health. So that's not terrible. And if you are going for a logbook, don't forget to scan this guy. And this guy's a lot easier later once you have the charge beam. There you go. He's dead. But that was the Plated Beetle. This is the Morph Ball. And then actually, now, okay, don't be an idiot. Don't be dumb like me. Now we're actually going to go into one of those doors up top. And to get up there, we're going to come to these rocks over here. And come up here like this. And you might be wondering, you might be thinking like, hey, we could have already done this. Except not really. Because there's a section of this cave here that is blocked by some like stuff, and so you needed the morph ball to get past right here. Also, using the morph ball is a good way to avoid getting hit by those beetles. All right, get that Chozo lore. You're going to want to avoid falling into this like water. And the way we're going to go, we're not going to bother going this way right here. That leads up to, I think, that missile expansion, one of those missile expansions that we saw earlier. Except we can't get through there right now. We're going to go out this door on the left. Oh, another missile expansion that we'll come back to later. And let's see. Oh, probably would have been good to try to scan those. All right, there'll be a couple scans in here. There's going to be this guy. That's a new creature. The door. Ooh, that's a new creature. You know, you might be wondering how it looks like I just know the way. It's because I have played this game a lot. There is a save station right here. This is actually the save station that we're going to end the video at today. But, so I'll save there later, just not quite yet. And then for this right here, you can go through this door on the bottom and get the charge beam from right here. But first, I like to go over here and get the Morph Ball Bomb first. So that's what I'm going to do. And to get over there, well, and you might as well just shoot all these guys right now. Okay, and it looks like I've scanned all those already. Oh, blast shield as a research. And there's not much you can do in this room right now. So we're just going to kind of walk through it. And you are going to want to turn left, or turn right here, and scan this guy. And we'll be back to mess with that guy here in a minute. Oops. Alright. Next boss. The Incerator Drone. Scan the drone. And then you can't really damage this thing right now. You're going to want to just shoot this light when it opens up. And then it's going to spray fire up there. These war wasps that come out, you're going to want to scan them. Because they're a different kind of war wasp that we haven't seen yet. And if you move kind of the same direction as the fire, you should have really no problem avoiding it. It also, these werewolves are also constantly dropping health and stuff. I think this is an easier battle than probably one of the other ones we've done yet. Yeah, you can keep an eye on your radar up there in the corner, up at the top left corner. And it'll tell you. Keeping an eye on their radar is a pretty good way to tell when there's enemies. All right. Whew. So this is the Burn Dome, where we got the Morph Ball Bomb, and we killed the Incerator Drone. And then still in the Incerator Drone. Nope, still in the Morph Ball room. We can bomb this little guy right here to get another missile expansion. then alright, I wasn't sure about doing this part yet. But you can use your new Morph Ball Bomb to get past that guy. And now you can access the bomb slots. So this is bomb slot 1. And then we're going to go through here and get to bomb slot 2. And then we're going to go back out the window and up the ramp to get to bomb slot 3. Dang it. I might not make it since I fell. You can hear the timer though. You'll hear it start going crazy if I'm about to run out of time. Okay, so it gives you quite a bit of time there. And then that will lead up to that door that previously had the blast shield on it. Oops. Okay, and there's really not much you can do this direction. But there is one thing that we're going to go ahead and get. I thought about not coming back here until I had the spider ball, but I want to go ahead and get with this first thing. Boom! Energy tank. That is energy tank number 2. Alright, next thing we're going to do, remember that door that I told you would go to the charge beam? Well, the next thing we're going to be doing is going and getting the charge beam. And if you want to avoid these guys, you can bomb this to go underneath. So it is this way. All right, this is the Watery Hole access. That is a missile expansion. Wait, I think I missed something. Nah, I didn't miss anything. I got confused. Alright. Alright, and so in here, you're going to want to kill some guys. And there's 4 things, runic symbols in the room that you need to scan. The first one is right there. Second one is right here. see. Oh, third runic symbol. And then your fourth runic symbol is going to be at the top. So we're just going to go up there now. Right here. Oh, you can already see the lore thing through there. The Chozo lore. Alright, Chozo lore. And then you can go ahead and get the charge beam. And then we're also going to go ahead and get a missile expansion right next to here. So this is the reason that we wanted to get the Morph Ball Bomb first. So that we didn't have to climb back up here once we had it. And then this will lead us to a room called the Dynamo that will have a missile expansion in it. And I think that's it, guys, for this video. So now we're going to go back and save. And I gotta say, I think we're making pretty good time. Alright, so it looks like we're going to wrap up this video in about 45 minutes. Which I gotta say is pretty good. Alright, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. As always, the best way to keep up with me is on mostly, I guess, on Instagram and here on YouTube. I'm going to start my next video from the exact spot. We're going to start our next video going and fighting the first major boss. Guys, thanks for watching.